Good morning. Today's when the really exciting part of our journey begins. We've got 2 days travelling through some of Vietnam's most spectacular country. Today we're driving from Ha Giang to Dong Van, and it'll take us through incredible mountain country and also some amazing ethnic minority villages. So looking forward to it very much. Hoping the weather will hold as well. The weather, we've been very lucky because it's late November, which we should be kind of in winter by now, or getting close to it, but we've actually had fantastic weather so far. So hoping it holds for the next couple of days. Let's get started. As soon as we left Ha Giang town, we were travelling through pretty country peppered with small, mainly ethnic Hmong villages. And it wasn't long before we chanced upon this happening little street-side market. The people here and throughout Ha Giang were incredibly friendly. My bald head seemed to be a perennial source of amusement. Some basic chat in Vietnamese helps too.
Đi bán hay đi mua ở đây? Đi bán hả?
You can imagine these rice terraces when the rice growing's in full swing. This is one of the most famous views in Ha Giang. These twin peaks at Quan Ba on the right. They're said to resemble a woman's breasts. To the left there is the fast-developing town of Tam Son. Vietnamese from other northern provinces are being encouraged to relocate to these sparsely populated far northern places like Ha Giang. And the people seem to be heeding the call. The area is changing very quickly, with more new roads and rapidly expanding towns. Most of these towns tend to be ethnic Vietnamese, with minority people tending to live in the surrounding countryside. The views here are breathtaking, but the highlights were always these random stops at small villages, some of which now offer homestay accommodation to passing travellers. Chào bác. The Hmong native tongue rather than Vietnamese is what's heard most commonly here. While most locals do speak some Vietnamese, they tend to stick with their native tongue. We continued on to a former Hmong king palace not far outside Dong Van town. And we arrived at the same time as a father and his 5 children. It's a delicate manoeuvre getting the whole family off a motorbike. Oh. Morten. Hi. The palace dates from French colonial times at the beginning of the 20th century. This frontier with China was strategically important back then as it is to the Vietnamese today. The French cozied up to the Hmong king, who I understand also presided over a considerable opium operation. The palace was built in Chinese style with the support of the French. By the time the second king took up residence here, Uncle Ho's men were showing their strength in the area, and the king judiciously signed on. This direct descendant of the Hmong king is often on hand for a chat at the palace.
Tất cả các nhà thiết kế ở ngôi nhà này thì cụ được thuê người ở tỉnh Vân Nam, Trung Quốc để đây xây dựng ngôi nhà này.
Downtown Dong Van, like our hotel, was unremarkable. But there were some lovely old original buildings around the perimeter of the town. Good morning. This morning we're doing a little 12-kilometre trek that I'm assured is suited to my rather limited trekking capabilities. We'll let you know at the end of the trek, but so far so good, and it's beautiful. It's very misty here today, but that'll probably clear as it has in previous days, but it's already a lovely walk we've taken so far, so looking forward to seeing what lies ahead. And happily it was an easy walk. Around 15 to 20 k's on a good path. But the higher we went, the mistier it got. We made some new friends through the mist. This cute kid seemed to be carrying more than a body weight on her back. This tiny old forest of perhaps a dozen of these magnificent old trees appeared out of nowhere. One of the highlights of the day was stumbling across this wedding. The man of the house invited me in, and of course there was some mandatory rice wine consumed. I didn't spot a bride or groom, but that didn't seem to dampen anyone's fun.
Thank you.
The atmosphere was wonderful, and the people overwhelmingly friendly. We're on the road between Dong Van and Meo Vac, this is the section that's said to be the most beautiful drive in all of Vietnam. Unfortunately, it's not putting on its best show today. It's very, very misty, as you can see. But you do get a sense of what this would look like in better conditions. So have to come back for another look sometime soon. Oh. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
There was a collection of small huts precariously perched on the mountain face. They were great views, but you wouldn't want to have any rice wine in the system making your way home here. Watching the Hmong people negotiate this landscape was incredible. We arrived in Meo Vac in time to take a late stroll around town. The drive to Meo Vac may be the most spectacular in Vietnam, but travellers are also heading here for the Sunday market. It's one of the most lively and colourful I've ever seen. Good morning and welcome to the Sunday morning market at Meo Vac, which is a border town in Ha Giang province, not far from the Chinese border. We're going to wander around. Every Sunday the minority people from the hills around the town of Meo Vac descend on this market to exchange their various produce that we'll take a look at. The livestock market at the back won't be for everyone, with dogs in cages and squealing pigs. At the end of it all, it was time for a bowl of noodles. A perfect conclusion to the morning. For more information on travel to Ha Giang, check out our travel guide at rustycompass.com. My name's Mark Bowyer. Thanks for watching.
Nó từ đấy mình cho tỉa luôn.